First off, how are you doing?
Doing well. Trying to stay busy like everyone else. Um, fortunate enough to be able to go into lockdown. I know we've got a number of people at the club who are NHS staff and emergency service staff, key workers who are out there doing the good work to allow us to stay safe. So I think everyone at the club would like to say thanks to everyone out there that's doing that hard work. But just trying to learn and do lots of reading, do lots of watching videos, and just trying to stay as sane as possible. I think we all know that once all this is over, we're all gagging to get back to the field. So yeah, I'm good.
Good. How's the mood within the squad at the minute?
The mood's good. We've tried being proactive, and we spoke to every single player this week. We've had an in-depth conversation over the last 7 to 10 days with each individual player within the first team setup about their personal feelings, how they're coping, what coping strategies they put in place, and also spoke in depth about what good things we've done this year and what areas for development we've got as a club, because we're always growing. We're a forward-thinking club. So the mood overall is great. We have at least one, if not two, Zoom meetings a week where the girls we've done a bit of online bingo. First time I played bingo. We've done a quiz, which was that was quite fun last night. The school teachers in the squad came out and got quite competitive, and that was a surprise. Some of the players that we thought were going to be at the bottom end of that table ended up near the top, and vice versa. But it was a laugh, and the feedback has been great, and we've been able to include the younger players in that. We managed to put things into place that meant they could be part of it in terms of safeguarding, because it is a bit distant at times in what we're allowed to do in terms of the younger players aren't allowed to be part of group chats and stuff like that, and I totally agree with the reasons why that is. But we managed to get in those situations, parents sat around screens with them, and it was good to include them, and the feedback was positive. You know, the younger girls especially that are going through A-levels and that are really stressed out and worried about the next stage and what's happening now, and it was nice to get feedback that they laughed and they had a laugh and they were chill. So yeah, good.
So with the season now being declared null and void by the FA, what are your thoughts on the season that you've had?
In terms of the season being null and voided, it's a difficult one. It's a bit of a raw one at the moment. Is it premature? Maybe. Realistically, could it ever have been recovered? Unlikely. I feel for everyone involved. I know in our league we felt that we've only lost one game all season. We felt we could have catched the team at the top. We had games in hand, and we still had to. Everyone at the top had to play each other. I definitely feel for the teams that are 15, 20, 25 points clear at the top, definitely. And unfortunately in our league no one was clear runners, so I don't know. But even if you're 15, 20 points clear, in the grand scheme of it, as frustrating as it is, it's not important. If every one of your loved ones and every one of your teammates and all your coaching staff and everyone you know all make out of this safely, then it is pretty irrelevant. And I know everyone's sort of saying that, but that's the way we feel. That'd be the way we felt if we were 20, 25 points clear. So it is what it is. Fortunately, I'm not aware of anyone in our club that's contracted the virus or has been tested positive for the virus. So we're all safe at the moment. So Good. We're fortunate.
Good. How do you plan next season with the current situation going on?
It's very difficult, really, because every team's in the same boat. So how can you plan? I know teams are already trying to recruit players because we've had a number of our players approached, so we know what's happening. It's trying to get that fine balance in terms of recruitment. On do you act too soon and it's a bit raw, or do you miss the boat? In terms of the planning, we can only tell the players what we're going to be doing in terms of we'll be playing at the same venue, training at the same venue, same time. As soon as we get the A-OK from the government that we're safe to return to training, we will do. But other than that, we can't make any promises. We have like I said earlier, we spoke to every single player, and everybody's committed to next season. Everyone's keen. Everyone's been honest. The players that have been approached have been honest and said what clubs have approached them, and they've told them thanks, but no thanks. So we know we've got a strong squad going into next season, and we've got a great scouting department that we've managed to put together at the club. That we've got a nice list of players that we love at the club one day to help us take us to that next level. But for how strong we are in the club, they would have to be a special player to come in and make a difference.
Yeah.
But a couple of, there has been a couple of players spoken to, and they seem keen, keeping options open. Purely because we don't know what's happening next season. So I understand everyone's got to keep their options open. But no, it's as positive as it can be. The money side of the club is sound. The club treasurer has put us in a good position there. But yeah, that's in terms of planning. We've not spoken to any teams in terms of friendlies or anything. We're just planning sessions, working on a syllabus that works for all the different age groups, and just creating that strong bond we've had all the way through the club.
Cool. So, do you think there's any under-18s or reserves that are pushing for a call-up next season?
Yeah. In terms of the younger players, the people, I can't take much credit for it. I know we implemented the change in terms of getting the first and reserves training together. We are one big squad, and I will take a bit of credit for that, because that's something that I knew needed to happen. But in terms of the younger players at the club, that was the coaching staff and people that have been at the club before me, and there's some fantastic young players at the club. A number have stepped up already and represented the first team. I know Kira Altintas Melik, she stepped up last year, as well as Seren Redmond, and a regular starter to the first team. Grace Duckworth just made the step up this year. She has played for the first team a number of times and is a bright talent, and she will be a permanent member of the first team next year. Pushing for a starting place, and we've got great hopes for her. In terms of the younger players at the squad, I know the reserves, the strength, they've gone from strength to strength, and there's a number of players that have been in and around. It's about getting the right time for them, when they're going to get minutes and learn from the mistakes, and not just come and warm a bench. And we've been quite fortunate this year in terms of injuries. We haven't massively suffered with injuries, and we've had no long-term absentees for any kind of work commitments or anything. So, although that's positive for us, it's meant limited opportunities for the younger players, but that's fine. I know within the under-18s, Hannah Clements has stepped up a few times. She's a really good young player. She's stepped up and trained with the first team, and has been in the squad once. I know Ellie Slaney is a bright prospect. She's played for the reserves a number of times, slotted straight in. And, I'm a big fan of Wadsey, Ellie Wadsworth in the reserves. She's, again, gone from strength to strength this year. Probably slightly unfortunate that the club captain plays in her position in the first team.
Yeah.
But she's a super player, and we've got high hopes for her. So, no, it's massively positive, and all the younger coaches, the reserve team coaches and the under-18s coaches, both past and present, should be really proud of the work they've done there.
Cool. Do you have any club targets for next season?
Yeah. The club targets really are that we believe we are a good team, a very good club, and we just have to be honest and say, whilst we don't expect to, only one team can win a trophy. Everyone will think they've got an opportunity to win the league and the cup, and quite rightly so. And we're not saying that we've got any more right than anyone else, but we have to be realistic and know that we are a good side, as are some of the others in the league. And but we know that we just the season before the season before the one just gone was difficult. It was a difficult one. It was a transitional period for the club. A lot of players coming and going, and a difficult season. This year has been more about where we thought we should be, and I reckon we achieved that. Now we know what we can achieve. It needs to go to the next level. And if I know there's been a lot of mention in non-league and in women's football about the nulling and voiding of the season and the potential for a points per game table. It's been knocked back by the FA. But if we were to go down the points per game route this season, we would be second in the league. Third with a number of games now. And if we went for points per game, we would be second. So we know there's a slight improvement, a bit of an improvement to be made, and then you've got your championship and your promotion. So only once you get promoted, that's the aim. County Cup, we've got a great history in. So really, it's to keep improving on and off the field. We made great strides this year, and the natural reaction to that would be success on the field.
Cool. So, do you have a favourite memory being at Crewe Alex so far?
But lots of good memories, really. I think for the players, we actually did the quiz last night, and one of the questions was who was the longest reigning manager not to win a game at the club, and it was me. I took over the club in November, and as we said earlier, we had, a really tough season, and I saw the girls' spirits get battered every week. They've done work so hard. We went to tough places with minimum numbers, and 16-year-old kids representing the first team because that's the situation the club was in. And we played 16. They told me last night it was 15 games. The record was, so we must have played 14 games without a win. It was draws in there, and then the last game of the season, they just played fantastic against Bolton Wanderers and won. And to see the joy on the faces, I think they needed that, because I think that made them believe that we could have done it. They're in a bad place conference-wise, and then we had a great summer and then hit the ground running this season. So I think it was probably that Bolton game, based on the fact that we'd had 8 months of absolute hell, travelling right up north to God knows where. Newcastle United, you can see in the last minute, goal to lose, and going Barnsley with a bare 10 and getting a good hiding and play it, and then to beat Bolton last game of the season. It was nice to see the girls enjoy that.
Good, I'm glad. So, do you have a favourite football player? Who's your inspiration?
I wouldn't say a favourite football player, isn't it? I've got favourite football players that I had when I was younger. I loved watching Ronaldinho. Always played with a smile. I'm a Liverpool fan, so sort of my era was Robbie Fowler just coming through, and him being a local lad, and not sort of in an era where there was lots of foreign imports, and to make you believe that, although I'm not a Scouser, a boyhood sort of Scouser could represent the team. So I've got heroes like that. In terms of coaching, it's a lot of people that I've worked with that just have rubbed off on me and just tried. I just try and be the best I can be. There's so many people wanting to break into the coaching world. I just think that I've been asked many times, what do you want to do? And the honest answer is just work with the best players in the best facilities as often as I possibly can. And if I'm good enough that means it's the dog and duck, then so be it. And one day if it's Liverpool, then that'll be amazing. But ultimately, just trying to be positive. So I've got a few heroes that I won't name and embarrass, but usually people that I've worked with and been mentors to me.
Do you have a favourite pair of football boots?
Yeah. So I got treated by my wife this year to a new pair of football boots, which are the Adidas Predator Accelerators. For those of you that are a bit old school, you remember the likes of Beckham and Zidane wearing them in France '98. And due to me not playing football now and haven't for a while, they will be pristine, and will probably look the same in about 8 years' time. So yeah, they're my favourite pair of football boots.
That's nice. If you were stuck in a lift with someone, who would it be and why? It could be anyone, from a football player, a coach, or Robbie Fowler.
That's a good question. I'd like to say the Crew Alex Club Scout, Owen Barry, because he's always got food, he's always eating, so I know I wouldn't go hungry. But no, if it was someone famous, it'd have to be Jurgen Klopp.
Oh yeah.
It'd have to be Jurgen Klopp. I reckon that'd be a great conversation.
That'd be good, to be fair. If you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, one meal only, what would it be?
Lasagna. My wife's lasagna.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's sound. Yeah, it's really good.
So, do you have a favourite film as well?
Scarface.
Favourite song?
Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Lastly, what's your favourite TV show?
It's Only Fools and Horses. Yeah. So, just want to say thank you to, firstly, in no particular order, everyone at the club that's been great to me since I've come in, both on and off the field. The players that work tirelessly every week, and I'm sorry the season's ended the way it has, but we will all come back stronger for it. The people at the club that do the social media posts, all the stuff, I call it the dirty work. The coaches, I can have the luxury of enjoying what I do on the coaching field, whilst people do the dirty work, the paperwork. So I can't name them because there's far too many. So thanks to all them, and I know that everyone at the club wants to say thank you to everyone that's keeping us safe right now. And if we all stick to the rules and the guidance, like we know it's difficult, but we know we should, we can all get back having a laugh and playing football and going to the pub a lot sooner, with a lot less lives lost, if we just do as we're told. So thanks to everyone, and stay safe.